after doing 2 NHL videos, an NFL video, and 3 CFL videos, which included a 2-part series on my thoughts of the new third jerseys unveiled in the Canadian Football League, I've decided that I'm going to try something a little bit different this time around. Anyway, instead of your typical video like the last 6 videos that I've done where I've shared my thoughts on certain jerseys and stuff, this time around, it's not so much me sharing my thoughts, it's more about me sharing a rant that absolutely drives me crazy, and I have a feeling that by the time this video is over, that maybe I might get at least one person to end up agreeing with me on this, because you know what? Once I'm done with this video, I think most people are going to agree with me that some of the things that I'm going to talk about now are pretty freaking bad. Okay? So if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, here it is. Okay? You know the NHL video games made by EA? There's a few problems with them that I have been having for years that I have not liked at all, and it seems that year after year they constantly screw something up, and it's driving me crazy. So anyways, I'm going to get started with this. First off, every year that a new NHL game comes out, it seems like every time you go out and spend, I don't know, $50 to $70 on a brand new copy of the NHL games, that included with your game is at least one really, really bad noticeable glitch. I mean, for NHL 15, if you got lucky and you hit a player in the right spot, they'd go flying into the stands. Also, I also noticed a glitch on YouTube. I don't know if it's real or not because I don't have NHL 15, but I'm pretty sure it is. I have heard about it before, where there are players that will jump up as if they're Super Mario and landing on players as if they're Goombas. Yeah, it's pretty freaking bad. And there's also cases like in NHL 14 even, where players will just go through nets as if they're invisible and they're not even there. I mean, there's random glitches where you can do perfect shots, perfect dekes, and it always seems that there's always something wrong with an EA NHL game, whether it's NHL 2009 or NHL 2016. And I don't get it. Every year it seems that there's a stupid glitch someplace, somewhere in every NHL game made by EA. And I really wish that they would finally fix them, but it seems that anytime we get close to a perfect correction of all the glitches, it always seems that either a new one appears or there's always that one glitch that doesn't get fixed. And I can go all the way back to as far back as NHL 06, where you can score right off the faceoff. And the goalie doesn't even make an effort to stop the puck at all. They just sit there as if nothing's coming their way and the puck just goes right between their legs. Yes, it drives me crazy because I have hosted a few video game hockey tournaments with my friends playing NHL 06 on the old Nintendo GameCube, and we constantly have this problem every single year, and it drives me nuts. Now, here's the 2 main glitches that have really got me quite annoyed. And the first glitch I'm going to share is to do with jerseys every year. I mean, ever since, I think, NHL 2008, EA has really dropped the ball when it comes to jerseys, and they always seem to be really screwing something up, someplace, somewhere, and it really drives me crazy. I mean, as a guy who's made 6 videos about jerseys, I mean, you can obviously tell by now that one thing that really catches my eye every year in the NHL games is the jerseys that they have. So anyway, way back in NHL 06, you always had plenty of choices. You could always use lots of throwback jerseys. There were very few jerseys missing. And now, in NHL 15, and even NHL 16 now as well, from what I've learned in the past few days, there's a bunch of jerseys that are missing. And guess what? In NHL 14, 15, and 16, it seems that they're constantly taking new jerseys right out of the game to the point that you can't even use them. And it's so stupid. Like, for example, remember Florida's recent alternate jersey that was navy blue with powder blue on the shoulders, and it was in a circle, a round L, and it said Florida Panthers with just the Panthers head? That jersey has been out of the NHL games for years now. And also, remember the New York Islanders' hideous black third jersey with the gray on top and the word mark that says Islanders on the front? Guess what? In NHL 16, you can't even use that jersey. And remember Buffalo's hideous turd burger, the half yellow, half navy blue jersey that they finally got rid of? Yes, that really, really ugly one that's just so weird that people like me actually miraculously decide to start liking. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's a neat jersey. I wouldn't want it to be their home jersey, but I don't know. It's just one of those jerseys. It's just so ugly you like it. I don't know. It's really tough to explain. But anyway, I actually think it's not a bad jersey. But I do agree with people. It needed to go. And I mean, for somebody who likes the odd ugly hockey jersey, I'm going to miss it. But I'm happy for the vast majority of people who have good taste in jerseys that think it's time for it to go. Because I thought it was kind of neat just because it was so weird, but I do agree with the majority. It was time for it to go. It probably should have been retired after its first year. But anyways, now I'm just rambling on, so I'm going to get back to what I was saying. In NHL 16, you can't even use the turd burger anymore. I mean, there's still jerseys missing. You can't even use the Islanders' old fisherman jerseys, those hideous atrocities. I mean, who would not want to wear those ugly things once in a while just for a little laugh or a little bit of nostalgia? I mean, come on. I mean, EA's always missing a jersey. Toronto, they had their old white third jersey in the Reebok Edge cut for a few years. You can't even use that in the Reebok Edge cut on the games anymore, which drives me crazy. And another thing, too, I mean, the San Jose Sharks, what about their beautiful original jerseys back from the early 1990s? I'm talking like 91 and 92 when they first entered the NHL. You can't use those. They're not on the new NHL games. And same with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Their jerseys from the mid to late 1990s are nowhere to be found. Tampa Bay, remember their recent royal blue alternate jersey that said Bolts on the front? It's not even available in NHL 16, and as soon as I saw that, the first thing I asked myself is that, hey, WTF? What the hell is EA's problem? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? You took that jersey out of the game? Why? That's so dumb. And also, speaking of the Bolts, see what I did there? They don't even have their classic old Storm jersey. I know it's not the greatest jersey in NHL history, but come on. That jersey, why is it not in the game? And what about the really old alternate jerseys, like the Burger King, the really old LA Kings jersey with the white and the king on the front of it? I mean, really? I can't use that jersey? Maybe I want to have a little bit of fun and a quick laugh with my friends and wear that hideous jersey. I mean, come on, I would seriously use it if I had the chance. And same with the old Flames jerseys from the mid-1990s. Why are they not in the games? And why is the old black horsehead jersey not in the games either? I mean, are you serious right now? Are you kidding me? What about the mid-1990s Winnipeg Jets jerseys? What about the old Arizona Coyote throwbacks with the Kachina stripes on them? And the Peyote Coyote? Why are they not in the games? And, oh, by the way, in NHL 16, you know that recently retired black third jersey of the Coyotes that had the whole coyote on the front? That jersey's no longer available. I mean, are you serious? I mean, this is brutal. I mean, I just don't get it. I just think it's so stupid and so meaningless why these jerseys are being taken out. And also, remember, you know how Montreal just got new lace-up collars on their jerseys? You know the jerseys they wore last year with the normal collars? They're not even available in NHL 16. I mean, are you serious? And get this about jerseys too in the NHL games. I mean, in NHL 09 and NHL 10, the San Jose Sharks, their jerseys at the time, before they replaced them with their jerseys now that look like practice jerseys, you know what they had on the shoulders? They had their regular logo on the main crest. Their main crest on the shoulders when it should have been the full-bodied shark. And they did that for years. And also, when the Toronto Maple Leafs changed back to their look before the Reebok Edge takeover back in 2007, in 2010, in NHL 10, the shoulders on their jerseys have the logo that says Toronto Maple Leafs on it instead of the blank old-style Maple Leafs like they have now. I mean, are you serious? And the Washington Capitals, you can't use their old royal blue jersey. I mean, why not? I mean, it's not my favorite jersey, but I've heard quite a few people say that they really like it. I mean, why is it not in there? I mean, are you serious right now? What about Ottawa's original jerseys back from the early 1990s? Are you telling me nobody can use those either? I mean, it's so stupid. EA is constantly missing jerseys all the time, and it drives me crazy. And guess what? Even back in NHL 14, as recent as NHL 14, they had the St. Louis Blues 2006-2007 home and road jerseys listed as their 60s throwbacks. I mean, are you kidding me? Right now? This is ridiculous. I mean, get it right, people. Come on. This is ridiculous. And same with the Mighty Ducks. I mean, pardon me, the Anaheim Ducks. What about their old third jerseys? Are you telling me that they're not in the game after all these years? I mean, are you serious? I mean, come on. What the hell, people? I mean, it's brutal. And if you think that's bad, get this. Get this, okay? The goal horns. In NHL 16, I know for a fact that the Montreal Canadiens goal horn is wrong. And ever since NHL 09, all the way up to NHL 14, at least NHL 14 from what I know, the Buffalo Sabres have had the New York Islanders goal horn for years. I mean, are you freaking serious? And in NHL 14, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Arizona Coyotes, and the Winnipeg Jets all have the New Jersey Devils goal horn. Oh, and speaking of something related to the Jets, did you know that you can't even use the Atlanta Thrasher jerseys in the new NHL games now? I mean, really? I mean, that's BS. I'm sorry. I just think that's ridiculous. I mean, people that actually like the Thrashers back when they were still in the NHL, are you telling me that they can't use the jerseys of the one team that they really liked? I mean, come on. That's kind of a slap in the face, in my opinion. I mean, I could care less about the Atlanta Thrashers, and I'm glad that the Winnipeg's got their team back. I mean, they've got way more passionate fans than Atlanta ever had. But you know what? What about the few fans that the Thrashers actually had? I mean, why can't they use the Atlanta Thrasher jerseys in the new NHL games? I mean, come on. I think that's a real slap in the face. I really do. And it just seems that there's always something wrong with the NHL games. And I've been saying for years that I wish they'd fix it up. And it sounds like they were saying before the launch of NHL 16 that, hey, we're going to make our new game. We're going to fix a lot of the things. And from what I've seen, they haven't fixed half the things. It almost feels as if they haven't fixed a damn thing. I mean, they've made more improvements, and I think that's great and all. But you know what? I feel that instead of taking the time to do a really good job with a game, I feel like they just regurgitate the same stuff every single year and don't even really give much thought into making a really good game. And I always feel that they're missing something. They're always missing jerseys. They're always getting goal horns wrong, and it drives me crazy. I mean, I just wish that they would take the time to get these things right. And you know what? I actually had quite a bit of hope for NHL 16 after some of the things that some of the EA people were saying. But now that I've seen the jerseys that NHL 16 has for the NHL teams, I can honestly say that once again, they've screwed up. I mean, I'm sorry, but I know that it's not going to mean that this stuff doesn't mean the same to most people compared to people such as myself. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. It really annoys the hell out of me. It really does. And I just think it's ridiculous. After all these years, They still continue to make the same mistakes. They still continue to come up with the same crap, and they never fix it. You get your hopes up for nothing, and it just drives me nuts. It's just a pile of crap. I mean, I'm trying not to drop F-bombs in this video, and I'm really having trouble keeping myself from dropping an F-bomb or two. I mean, I can't believe I've gone this long in this video without dropping an F-bomb. I mean, seriously. As Chef Ramsay would say, EA has got to get a bloody grip. My goodness. I mean, these mistakes that they keep making are just brutal. My goodness, there's always a glitch, missing jerseys, and wrong goal horns every year. I mean, at least Buffalo's goal horn is a little bit better now than it was. Same with Chicago's for NHL 16, but I really hope that by the end of this decade, they'll start to finally get these things right, because it's really frustrating. I mean, it really is. I mean, why can't I use certain jerseys that maybe I really like? Why? Because you just take them out of the game because they're not worn anymore? I mean, come on. They should have every jersey in there. They've got the technology now, in my opinion. There's no excuse. Okay, maybe fine. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that, because I know it does take, they put a lot of things into each disc, but I feel like they could at least add the vast majority of these things, and I just feel like they're constantly screwing up. They could at least get the goal horns right? I mean, it just drives me crazy. I mean, who doesn't get a little bit annoyed when they can't use certain jerseys, eh? I mean, it drives me crazy. But anyways, that's all I've got for now. I'm going to wrap it up at this point. I mean, it's bad enough that my last video was almost a half an hour long, and for those of you who were a little bit annoyed by that, if you've watched that video, I do apologize. I'm going to try my best from now on to make sure that I don't go that long. And I mean, after all these years, I still can't get over the fact that EA just doesn't fix these problems. I just can't get over it. But you know what? As I said before, I feel like they just regurgitate the same thing over and over, which we all know they do. But you know what? For a game that comes out every single year, I really wish they'd just take a little more time to add and fix these glitches and add the jerseys that are missing. I mean, as just a regular casual player of the NHL games, I really don't think it should be that difficult to do. I mean, even the Los Angeles Kings in NHL 16, you can't use the purple or golden yellow throwbacks in the Reebok edge cut. I mean, are you serious? I mean, I know this is coming from a hockey jersey nerd, but come on. I can't be the only one who's really annoyed by these constant mistakes that they or jerseys left out in the NHL games. I know I'm not the only one, and it just drives me crazy. But anyways, for now, that's the end of my rant. I'm gonna put a can in it, and I'm gonna just shut up for now. Or I guess I should say I should put a puck in it and just shut up. I think I've talked long enough. But anyway, I wouldn't mind hearing what other people have to say about this, because it really annoys the hell out of me. So anyways, with that, this is the end of this video. And as I said before, I really hope that for all the people who've watched my video, I hope you've all enjoyed it. And until the next time I do decide to put together another video, as always, like I always say and sound like a broken record by now if you've watched all my videos, bye for now, take care, and I will be back at some point. Until then, as I always say, and drive people nuts probably by saying it, take care, and bye for now.